今天这个视频呢，想和大家分享几个美国学生们特别喜欢的英剧和美剧。同时呢，我觉得这个视频也可以帮到有英语口语考试的朋友们，为你们口语考试里那些你喜欢的书啊、喜欢的电影啊、电视剧啊这一类话题提供一些思路。
最近出了一个新的 season of this TV show called You. Now, You is about this guy. His name is Joe Goldberg. In the first season, there's a girl in the library bookstore that he works at, and he thinks that everything she does is to attract him and seduce him. So he thinks like, oh, this girl's in love with me. Things get a little bit crazy. He becomes a little bit obsessive, a little bit stalkerish, and on season 3, there's like a huge twist. He feels like, oh my god, I need to get out of this. Like a thriller and not horror, but kind of like suspenseful drama. I personally really like it. I'm more into like mysterious suspense action kind of TV shows, but You highly recommend. It's really good.
里面有很难很专业的那些词
No,
吗？
it's very intermediate. But I don't think it's that hard to catch on. The next show is gonna be Outer Banks. This show, let me tell you, was so popular during quarantine. Every teenager was watching it. It's about these kids, teenage kids living on a peninsula off of North Carolina. There's the Pogues, and then which is like the more poor kids, and then there's the rich kid, and they all go to the same school, right? And the main character, his father was this kind of treasure hunt. It's kind of like Scooby-Doo, you know? Scooby-Doo, they always search out for an adventure to find this thing, except it's about this one huge treasure. It's also very much daily words, I would say, but it has more kind of like teenage slang in it. The next one, this is my personal all-time favorite show. This one I think some of you guys might know. It's called Criminal Minds. It's about FBI agents in the BAU, and they work to profile murderers. So half of them are based on true stories, half of them are made up. This show, I will say, it's a lot more gruesome and more violent, so some people might not be keen to this kind of show, so I would be aware of that. So that one, it's not super hard, like the conversations is not hard between like the characters, but the terms they use you might not know because it's used within their work or like their field. This one, favorite show, highly recommend. Those are just a couple of TV shows I watch. Some of them I think you should highly recommend. So, as you may know, Cambly is one of our very old friends. This time, our code is gonna be and if you redeem this code and use it, you can get up to 15 minutes of free learning with any of the Cambly teachers. They are all from native-speaking countries. Some of them are ELS teachers, some of them are lawyers, or even professors at colleges. And lastly, 24/7, they're always available for anyone who wants to learn English. So next up, we're gonna call up some of the Cambly teachers and ask them what are some very popular shows in their country. 不敢跟他聊天。
工作，专业。
那你知道吗？有可能他出现的时候没有那么帅。
要是一出现比那上面还帅呢？
那我死了，我就挂了。
And normally I recommend people to watch like more children's shows, like if they're beginners, you know, they speak slower and things like that. Obviously I watch like The Simpsons and Friends and all the classic shows.
That's such a good question. But I watch one called Gogglebox. So that one's quite good. They like watch TV and then react to it, but the people that they've got are like all really funny. So you get to see like different parts of British shows, and then you also get to see like different people from around the country and their like accents. Another one that I really, really like is Normal People. And the reason that I like that one is it's based on a book. So you can like watch it, but then you can also read the book as well.
So there was one I just watched actually a few hours ago. It's called The Princess Switch. Actually, that was a really good one because one of the things that students always get confused with is the British English and the American English with the words. So I think that's a good way of getting students to understand different accents as well. For expert, it's fine. Beginner could be too hard because of the two accents.
I see.